Hello, hello, hi. I hope you can hear me, you can see me. Welcome to Prague. Hello, please let me know. I have everything is switched on so you can hear me nicely and well. We are in Prague. I am sitting on a river waterfront. So far no one let me know that I just need something like, yeah, it works. So checking, oh, hopefully yes. I'm waiting a little moment. If you can write me down that you can hear me nicely, but yeah, it should all work. Yeah, so hopefully it make me nervous as I have no answer. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Kevin. Finally. So welcome to Prague. We are starting the walk around Vltava River, and I will talk a little bit about the river. Thank you. And about the places, about quite interesting architecture, which is just close to me. And I'm now going to switch the camera, probably twice as I discovered. Yeah, hello. That for the first one it goes wide, so let's go back. And now it will go normal. Yes, perfect, it works. So this direction, that's the south of Prague. It's still Prague, and that goes to the south of Bohemia, to the cities like Czech Budweiser, where the Budweiser is brewed, and other places. And this is a nice Vltava River. Anyway, when you look at it, which way do you think the water goes? Because I'm sitting here about 15 minutes, I look at the water and I'm like, does it go to the left or to the right? Yeah, so think about it, because I was surprised. As the name of the river is Wild Water, so I was thinking I will see water like going pretty strong to the... Yes, I know which way, but you should think about it. I will tell you the answer. It's quite easy. It goes to the right, even if it doesn't look like. So now we are coming to see a little bit more things. You know, who have been in Prague, you see Prague Castle on the horizon, their cathedral, the towers of it, and the Vltava River, meaning wild river. But you see, that's definitely not wild today. There are boats, that the little tiny boat here, that's a ferry that joins the left and right waterfront. And actually, I believe it doesn't go to the bank, but it goes only to the island. And I'm starting the tour here because I want to show you something, that we are actually at the entrance to Prague. You see the tunnel. The tunnel was built in the 1920. Till then, no tunnel, just a rock. Up on the rock, it's a area which is called Vyšehrad. If I will turn left, you will see the towers of Vyšehrad Church, St. Peter and Paul. So it's up there. But that's all area which is called Vyšehrad, the second fortified citadel of Prague, and it's in between Prague Castle and Vyšehrad lies the city center. And this is now one of the entrances to Prague, which exists only from 1920. Till 1920, everyone who wanted to enter from the south, wanted to go to Prague from south, had to either come on a boat here or go all around the rock. I'm a little bit scared that the bikers will kill me here. That's actually, they are not much allowed to ride on the pavement, but you see so many of them, so that's probably okay in this area. Anyway, so that's the rock. So after this rock, this whole area we will walk, it's called Under the Rock. People who lived here were called under rockers. That was the last house of under rock, just under the rock, under the one, till 1920s. Imagine that it's like 2 years ago, the tram line was under construction, the tunnel was under construction. So when with my husband, we wanted to go from here to behind, and what they did, from the tram, they had the boat, you jumped on the boat, make it around the tunnel on the boat, and sit on a tram again. That was quite funny. I think we went only for this. We were not having nothing behind the tunnel, we just wanted to go for the boat. And Here we have the first building, the first architectonic gem. I believe you will recognize the architectonic style. You can think about it. I will tell you, it's Josef Chochol is the architect. The Vyšehrad is just up there. So Josef Chochol, architect who was born in 1880s, and he built, this is one of his buildings. And you can recognize the sharp shapes. It's called the three house or three sub house. I don't know how to translate it, but it's like one pink, one gray, and one pink, three houses. And the architectonic style is, of course, Cubism. It's Cubistic style, and Chochol did a couple more realization here around the Vyšehrad area. This is just one of them. So I was sitting like last 15 minutes here on the stairs that goes down. I quite think it's nice stairs, so I'm going to show you this. And you see the subs or the pedal boards are coming. That's one of my dreams, to go for the pedal board, but I haven't done nothing yet for it. I would like to go, so when you want something, you have to actually do something for it, which I didn't yet. But now I see they are working on Vltava River as well, so I will probably go there. So the stairs go directly to the river. Yeah, that's down. It's probably even the access to the river this way. We are not staying here, and we go on. So under the rockers, that's people who live here. And what was their main occupation? It was work and being merchants, business with wood. As there were wood drafts coming from the river, from the forest, from behind us, from the south, and they were bringing the wood to our Prague, our city, and this wood was just brought behind the rock, and people from under the rock then calculated how much is the toll, the custom, and they cut a piece of the rough wooden raft for themselves, and that's how they became rich. It was actually very rich area. And by the way, before I go on, I wanted to show you this. So on the right hand side you still see the Chochol house, cubistic one, the church at Vyšehrad. And from Vyšehrad, the best how could you leave Vyšehrad is actually walking the stairs. Here you see one viewing point, another viewing point, and then the stairs go down like this. So from there we see some people up there. You have a lovely view to the castle as well there. So on the rockers, as I told you, they were quite rich people. Today, all this area is very popular for hanging around the river. Yeah, we call this is embankment. That's where we walk. And down under us, I don't know what the English word would be, but we call it náplavka. It means when the water is higher, it's flooded. But if the water is normal, then it can be used. So náplavka, it's quite popular area. You can actually see the other side of the river when we will get closer. It's the náplavka on the other side, and it's very busy there as well. So I decided to start here at the tunnel and show you also not only the cubistic house, but also this one. I was always wondering with this house why the front of the house is not to the main street. We are now at the main street. Behind it is only a hill. Yeah, that's nothing else, just a hill and stairs up to the Vyšehrad. But this is the back of a house. This house, it even has gardens. So originally, I believe, they planned to make one block of buildings like this with gardens at the courtyard, and then another block like here with the main street facing the river. And either they took it down or they haven't finished, which I don't know which one of these options happened. But this is the back of the houses, so you can have an idea. You are in the city center, you see just the front, but that some of the backs looks exactly like this, with wooden balconies and other places. So let's go. So there are some more pedal boards, but also the boats that go. Not only we have a lot of boats that only go around the old town, around the city center. But then some boats also go further. You can have dinner, you can have drinks, and these are going pretty far from here to Štěchovice, to the dam, which is this way. There is one of the dams on Vltava River, and this boat is going there as a longer trip. So last time when I was doing this tour, it was winter, it was dark, and I talked about this bridge. I told you that it's the last time you see it. So if you have been here before and now you still see it, they are planning to take it down or maybe revive it. Still, I'm not sure what they will do with it. Still, they are talking about it, and we will see what's going to happen. In front of it, we can see one of the activities you can do here. It's a kayak beach bar. So you can have this paddleboard, you can rent a kayak, you can play beach volleyball, and if it's winter, you don't play beach volleyball, but you can go there for sauna. During winter season, there is a sauna, and you swim in the river in winter. Yeah, I know it's a bit creepy, but yes, that's what we do. So if you come from the Vyšehrad down, so you come in between these two houses. I believe these people just who will come, they are coming from there, and then you go this way. This building, it will probably surprise you, but this one, it's a gym for practicing, for sports gym. And we are slowly coming to another 3 houses, and that's this time they are each of them from different architects, and each of them in different architectonic style. However, built at the same time, meaning 1920s, late 1920s. So this is the first one, and I really like on this one the wooden winter gardens, or we call it winter gardens here. I would love to see there. It's a bit spoiled with the car traffic here and with the trams. However, you know, seeing the river, have a lovely view. So that's here. The second building you recognize again. That's Josef Chochol and cubistic building. So on this particular one, I also like the fence, which is down there behind the street. It's also cubistic fence. It has a lot of cubistic details. This one, I believe, is empty. Maybe you can come here and buy it or rent it. I know there was some company. I saw a couple movies being taken in the garden, but I don't think there is someone using it long term at the moment. But you see, it even has a garden. This is like we are coming to the main and like a garden entrance, but the main view. So just waiting for the tram to go. And this is it. This is the front of the house. I believe it's beautiful. And then the third one is also these 3. So now let's go. The ferry is coming to here. People waiting for the ferry. It's pretty quick actually. I'm surprised how he's making this curve to park the boat. And you see a lot of people waiting, wanting to cross the river. As it goes, this one, I'm not sure. It's probably going back to the island. And yeah, there is the other náplavka here. And both, they are very lively. Today is a hot day, so we can see people enjoying the place. And, we are slowly coming. This is the place where the last time we have started the tour. We have started it in the cafe down here in the building. I was there today as well, but there was so long queue because it's actually ice cafe. They have a lot of beautiful gelato and a lot of people coming for the gelato. So I was not ready for waiting the queue. So I only peeked inside and then decided to spend some time around the river. On my right hand, you see small building. It's just actually not small. We see just the upper floor, and the bottom floor is a little bit hidden behind the green because the original level of the area of whole Prague, it's like 1 floor down. Now Prague was put higher. I'm not going to cross because I will be waiting like an hour for the green light. So I'm showing you from here. But that's all custom house. Today it's a museum and some restaurant, which sometimes works, sometimes not. So that's a restaurant. You see the symbol of Under Rock area and the big Prague being above the entrance door. If you will look, I posted some pictures, some photos to the Facebook, where this one is shown before the floor, the ground where we are here was this increased. So it was more down. The building itself is from 14th century, so it's very old. However, all the waterfronts, the buildings here, here happened something similar like at the Jewish town. We call it clearance, and all the old houses were taken down. Prague was put higher and new buildings were built. So what you see, it's mostly like the 100 years old building, 100, 120 maximum years old buildings. We are already having the view and the limnigraph. Limnigraph from 1907 year, quite scientific thing, measuring the water level flow in the river. Standard is 100 cubic meters per second. With the flood, imagine when we did the burst flood in 2002, it was from 100 to 5,100 cubic meters per second. So it's all measured here. Temperature, pressure, everything. The ferry just crossing from one waterfront, Náplavka, to the other one, where a lot of gardens and other chances to enjoy are. Looking back, we see nicely the quite common view to Vyšehrad church, in the middle the bridge, and going down the waterfront. This boat is called Avoid. Don't ask me why. Avoid. Sometimes they do the flea market here. Sometimes I've been there once on a concert. It was winter, so there was only the fence, not fence, but the only we had to put wood and have a living fire. So that was the only chance how to make the place warm, with real fire, with real food, real wood. And this is just the entrance down there. Well, last time I was here is about 2 years ago, when my friend has a birthday and the same time celebration of the wedding 40 years ago. So 60th birthday and 40th celebration of wedding. So they hired the place. We had the music there. We had grill, sausages, of course, beer. So that was on the boat, Avoid. And we made it down. We made it down to the river, and we will walk. Hopefully, again, no bikes will kill me. In winter, when we walked here, this place was almost completely empty. No people, not surprisingly. And if we will be here Saturday morning, we will not be able to move, because all here are famous farmers markets. It's usually on Saturday. Then on Sunday, it can be beer festival, like it was just this Sunday, or soup festival. But a lot of the festivals are also happening on the other side. So it's moving from one side to another. A lot of people like to talk and feed the birds here, the swans. However, honestly, you know that if you feed them with the rolls or bread, it doesn't do them any good. What they like, it's a salad or green stuff. So if you are bringing salad to Prague, you can bring it here for the swans. And let's look back to the bridge. You can cross it by walk. Otherwise, it's a bridge for trams. So I don't really see what's on the screen. So I'm not much able, if I want to ask you something, I'm not much able to read your comments. However, This is a place which was bombed in February 1945 by Allies, and now it was and now it's back. It's one of the famous factories, which it's, I wouldn't call it factory, but it's a factory which is producing something very typical for our country. So you can guess what it is. Sometimes there goes a very special smell out of it when the wind is coming this way. So that's this one. It used to be Portuguese bar. We used to go to this one for some Portuguese nice food. Yeah, so you can, a lot of boats are bars and restaurants. So far I haven't noticed any answer for the factory on the other side, but I will of course tell you. Beer, Claudia, of course, thank you. It's a brewery. Yeah, it's a brewery. It's a famous Prague brewery, Staropramen. All the sorcery, it's the name, Staropramen. They have like visitor center there. I've been there, but I prefer the Pilsner Urquell, by the way, has a new visitor center just at the bottom of Wenceslas Square, and that's really great. I enjoyed it there a lot. People who are working there are young and they all love their work, or otherwise it looks like they love their work. Very nice. So if you want some beer experience, visit Pilsner Urquell at the bottom of Wenceslas Square. Because here they don't let you to the brewery. They just show you some pictures and then you don't have to go for pictures. Here you can go for pictures in Pilsner. So some houses around us and people hanging around. That's very nice atmosphere in the shade. It's not really hot as it was last week, but it's when you're in the shade, it's even refreshing. So the walk, it's quite lovely just around the river. I take some sun on me, some tan, and this is special boat. This boat is called the Mystery. The word written here is tajemství, which means a mystery. So it's a mystery boat, and it's a theater, or kind of like something in between circus and theater. So you can see there is a covered scene under, and there are. It was founded. This company who uses this tajemství or mystery boat was founded by twins. And these twins are sons of very famous men. Maybe, I believe most of you, if you have any connection or just like Prague and our country, you have heard his name. I will give you some hints. He left the country and left his two sons here in Prague, and he moved to the United States, something like in 1970s. And he became quite famous director in the United States. He died, it's like 2, 3, 4 years ago, something like this. Then he married again in the States, but later, much later, and he had another twins. That's kind of funny, having two sons twins, and with the second wife, another 2 sons twins. So these two, who started the mystery boat and mystery theater, are the sons of Miloš Forman. Miloš Forman, yes, Claudia, exactly, Miloš Forman. You have it right. So it's Petr and Matěj Forman, that's their names, Peter and Matthew. Petr and Matěj. So they are both in the arts, of course, not surprisingly. The whole family, mother was an actor, so the whole family is artsy. Miloš Forman, if you haven't heard the name, I will tell you the Hares musical, the movie, Larry Flint against whatever, the people. Then also Amadeus, of course, last but not least. Not last, but I told it last. So all these movies were done by Miloš Forman, father of the 2 boys who are running the theater at the boat Mystery. So let's look to the river. It's very close. You can sit here, as a lot of people do, having your feet being not in the water but just above the water. I recommend go bare naked if you don't want, or keep your shoes on the waterfront. Don't leave them on your feet. They can easily fall down to the river. And the ducks are also having their time here, as from the boats time to time something can fall down for them as a food. The architecture above us, it's quite interesting. I quite like especially this block of buildings with the more colors, but it's nothing like very special, but I like it. In the houses you will find some shops, some cafes, some restaurants. However, mostly people walk down here on the waterfront. You see, we are getting closer and closer to the castle area. We are at this area, it's new town, and Prague, we have Prague separated to about 22, Prague 1, Prague 2, Prague 3, Prague 4, up to 22. And the city center, whole one, it's Prague 1. However, part of Prague, of new town, which is mostly part of Prague 1, in this case, in this area, it's part of Prague 2. So this is Prague 2. And let's see, you see what I talk about? I like these buildings, Art Nouveau. I especially like these little pottery dots, shiny one here, but some pottery dots on the wall, on the facade, and the greenish color is lovely as well. So another riverside bar, especially in summer. People who live here are not very happy often because the bars, they live long, and the people here enjoy themselves with loud singing, sometimes loud talking. So we have issues here with the loud from the life on Náplavka, and we people who want to live and sleep overnight. It actually happens in my home as well, but it's like once, twice a year from the hotel, or I don't know where it comes from. Sometimes they do something not far from our house, and it's also quite loud. So looking back, Hotel Admiral, which is a hotel on a boat, one of the few we have, and Smíchovská náplavka, Smíchovské brewery, Smíchov brewery, the Staropramen one. So for the beer, you can drink it here. You see just boys drinking the beer, having homemade pizza, meat on grill. The place is live. I was hoping for it. I was hoping to see many people here, because last time it was completely empty, and it has a different vibe. So you know where you can spend your evening when you are in Prague. It's this weather. You can go to some nice beer garden in a park, like on Letná Hill, on Rieger's Orchard, or you can go to the river and enjoy it like the people are doing at the moment right now. I originally planned to go up there like I did last time, because there is a church and a ministry building and a park. The church is Emmausy. I posted some pictures for you for Emmausy Church on my Facebook. So that was bombed by Allies. Again, this is the area where the bombing happened. So that's here. So I posted some pictures how the church looked before, how the interior looked like. So if you have time, you can look there and see it. However, I think walking down here, it's better. And we will see something which is called the cell. Last time it was winter, it was closed, and when we entered, actually the circle window was closed, and it just opened for us and then just closed. For summer, of course, it's open and people are sitting not only inside but at the outside. I really like the cells. It's kind of different, and some of them are very nice. So that's one of the places. I will show you Some of them are galleries, but mostly it's a cafe. You see how the door works, how it's rotating or revolving. Yeah. And so let's look at this. During the Second World War, about 90% of the bells from churches were taken to make ballads. 1942, you see how they collected all the bells and make the short ballads from them. And now, for each of these bells, 1 kilogram of metal is put into this bell. Who has actually here? You see number 9801. It has 9801 kilograms. That's the weight. It's 187 centimeters high and 258 centimeters wide. So this is how the bell was made. If you feel like, you can make a picture now and send money for making the bell. That's just up to you. The whole weight of these 281 bells was 1,562,926 kilograms of metal. It was brought to Hamburg by Germans, and they made the ballads from them. So this is 9801 bell, symbolizing all the bells taken by Nazis to Germany to make ballads. I don't like war and I don't want it, so I hope nothing like this will spread or whatever. I don't want. I would like to have peace. So anyway, this is the gallery cell, but even here you can have some. This one is actually my favorite one because as it's also gallery, they have some nice paintings. So I hope my signal is okay, but I believe so. So let's just peek inside at some paintings. Yeah, so you can buy some prints here, you can buy some cafe, and what I really like is actually up there is a toilet. You just go these doors to the stairs up and there is a toilet. So it's kind of hidden. If you don't go to the cafe, you don't notice, but I like it. Oh, it's quite interesting works. Yeah, I will show you how the look out looks like. Yeah, some even like a hen party probably. If it's not the miss of something, then she is the bride with the champagne, glass of champagne in her hand. Yeah, it's a hen party. So anyway, new bar, port. So they are probably also connected with the Portugal, maybe, who knows? Or port, it's more like port, the English word, yeah, so that's probably not Portugal. Yeah, and why, anyway, there is another one. This one is about bikes. So this used to be something which is called bike asylum, where all the bikers who are riding by, if something happened, like a services for bikers, so they were able to go to this place and get it fixed. And then it was somehow, for some reason, they stopped doing it, and it changed to be bike asylum, so bike 7. You see the bike decorations. So it's still connected. And bikers enjoy this place. They usually like this line on the ground because it's easier than getting your back jumping on this in the middle or on the sides. I also prefer walking on this one, but it's more useful for bikes or yeah, there was a biker behind me waiting, I see. So anyway, this one is also ball. with on a hot water and steamboat. Yes, I'm sorry that today my words, as it's hot day, my words are vanishing. I always try to say it's either COVID or whatever, but I think I'm just only getting old and the words are vanishing from my head. Anyway, I found it. So it's a steamboat. The steam comes out of here, and it has like on Mississippi, it has the wheels like Mississippi boats. Oh, that's our like what we think about Mississippi boats is that they are having these circles rotating like that one. So this one is a touristic boat. You can jump on it and travel around Prague. Probably they have, there is the schedule written, what time they run and they go. Yeah. So we are coming to the ports from the bar and restaurants area. We are getting closer and closer to the city center. That's where the bars finished and the boats start. Yeah, so you can go pretty far from here. So that's what I was talking about. And it starts here at 8:30, and 12:30 you are far at the Slappy on a dam, and then going back 2 hours later. It's a whole day trip, all day, and the prices are also for all day. So that's it. Another little boat. I like the boats. That's the funny thing is we have no sea. We are drylanders, as we called ourselves, drylanders. So we like every water. It's just adding to our life. The oldest and long time only business down here is this fisher. It's called the Fisherman restaurant or Fisherman bar. So it's quite long time here and famous place for not only fish but for drinks, and now they even ice cream and mango cheese I noticed on the menu. Okay, mango cheese, like pina colada, a lot of drinks at the moment. So that's a nice place with the decoration and some exhibition about the boats, about the fishing. So you can have the nets, you can have some boats, you can have some pictures. Sorry. Yeah. And I told already this one last time, but hopefully I have also some people who are here with me for the first time. So our first democratic president from 1989 to 2002 lived in this building with this little globe on top in this building, and he was going often down the stairs to this bar. He actually loved alcohol, honestly, we have to admit it. So he loved alcohol and he was going to this bar. I have heard the debaters talking about it and talking about him, so I have it from their words. And the bridge behind me is also the one which was taken by bombing in 1945. So that one was built later. In Vyšehrad you will find statues which originally were here, 2 of them, one of each side of the street. The same here, so 4 statues in total, and now they are in Vyšehrad. The statues were originally standing at the little tiny something. It's not a house, it's just tiny something, in which was a place, the moat, the tall place where the all people who wanted to cross the bridge. Now everything is free. Not everything, but the bridge is free. But before, you had to pay when you wanted to cross the bridge, because someone paid for the bridge and someone needed the money back. So that's what it was used. And another boat bar with the water showers even trees. And there is, yeah, you can get here. Today is just, yeah, that's a prom, graduation. Yeah, this guy just graduated. He had a diploma in the back. And that's the family joined him to celebrate his graduation day. I saw the graduation parties in the city these days. So they also can get here. It's quite common that you invite your whole family. We don't have the special dresses for it. You are just dressed nicely. And the family joins you and celebrate with you your big day. You get the diploma, and then with the diploma you can try to find work and whatever else. It's probably not that difficult because there is a lot of chances for people who want to work. They will definitely find it here. If they are good enough, of course. If they are not good, then it's probably a problem. But I believe today everyone will find work. So that was another cell, and they are opening another one and another one. So a lot of chances. Half of the city is actually at the moment exactly at the waterfront at Náplavka. And this is a gallery. That's Avoid Gallery. Again, the boat was Avoid. The bar is Avoid behind us. And the gallery is Avoid as well. So this it's not my style actually. This darkish, blackish thing. Everyone has different taste and I am really in colorful stuff. So that's not that much for me. Yeah, and maybe you recognize another dominant of Prague, the new dominant. So next to the house where Václav Havel lived, we have, I call this nest or hat. Hat on a dancing house, hat of a man. And that's one of the great viewing points to Prague. To get in, it's a hotel now. So to get to the viewpoint, you just go inside, take a lift, then go up one more floor, one more stairs, and then you are in a bar. And then you have to pay the entrance fee for the hat, for the balcony. You can buy something at the bar and then go. Yeah, who enjoys this? I love dogs. You can then enjoy the viewing. I just discovered that when I was there, they let us go for free as I am guide. So if you want to go for free to that hat, that's with me. So dancing house built in 1994 at the place where originally was another building taken down by this bombing. We already talked about bombing. So taken down, and then in 1994 they built the dancing house. At that time I worked for the company who built it. I was employed in this company, and then later on some offices, but not mine, were in the dancing house. So I was visiting the people there for work. And they are reconstructing the weir, so you see some works going on in here, and a view to the beautiful castle, which is from here, presidential offices, Old Royal Palace, Rosenberg Palace, and Lobkowitz Palace. The whole thing it's a castle with a lot of offices, churches, museums, galleries, and the only private house, the Lobkowitz Palace, on this place, where a family of Lobkowitz live, and half of the building they use as a museum. I like the colors here, the blue and the reflection on the river. Petřín Hill with Petřín Watchtower. That's the small Eiffel Tower. If you have been to Prague, that's the small Eiffel Tower. That's on the hill, so it's up there. And another hotel on a boat. There is like restaurant up there and hotel rooms down here. I have been once on a hotel boat and it was in Egypt on the Nile River. That was this river cruise. And I like this waterfront, this part of it, with all the beautiful Art Nouveau buildings. But it's this eclectic style, so it's Art Nouveau, the first one, the next three yellowish, grayish, and the last color I don't know how to call, creamish. So that's all something like neo-Gothic, pretending to be Gothic. So that's there, and this is quite nice. Here also in between the bows there is a little pot or something you can go to the bar as well. So if you have any question, just ask me. I was planning to show you my face more because probably people like to talk to person, not just hearing the name. But I so much enjoy the view, and I want you to enjoy the view as well, which is nicer than my face. So that's why I forgot, and I keep forgetting. But I will show you my face at the end, so it's gonna be okay. Anyway, let's look at these buildings. I like them a lot. And this water tower, it's one of the water towers we have around Prague. This one for the new town. It's called Žítkovská, and it's one of the 4 leaning towers we have in Prague. We don't see that well, but it's leaning. Yeah, maybe you can see it now, like it's straight. So let's go a little bit this way. And the top is moved by 68 centimeters. So it's, yeah, from this angle it's probably better visible. That is leaning. And imagine, yeah, who do we have here? Yeah, you recognize them? Ahoj, Irvinku. So that's my little dog. That's my big husband. So we just talked that he will meet me somewhere here, and this is a coincidence that we meet exactly at the place. So anyway, imagine that in this tower was this listening machine. Yeah, behind me, dancing house, Václav Havel, dissident during communistic regime, having a lot of people coming from abroad to visit him. So that's the listening machine made for this occasion, for this flat. However, almost honestly, every tower in Prague used to serve like the listening machine. So these are as I told you, neo-Gothic houses, and I wanted you to have this view back to the dancing house. So we see one of the versions was called Ginger and Fred. That's why I call this hat, but it looks more like nest. So it was supposed to be called Ginger and Fred, but the author decided Ginger and Fred, it's too commercial, so he preferred the dancing house name. And Manes was the artist. He is responsible. He painted one of the newer circle on astronomical clock, the bottom one with calendar and zodiacal signs. So that's Manes, famous man. After him, this gallery, and it's not only gallery, but you can get here like Sotheby's. You can get here and buy the art. So they are organizing also these actions, so you can get here. And this is going to be the end of the tour. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you will support me for other tours. And I will finish the tour here with this view to the dancing house. By the way, this way you go down to the island where is a children's playground, another quite nice restaurant with the view to the other side. So let's look this way and see. Oh, thanks, Kevin. Thanks a lot. I highly appreciate it. I love the weather. And finally, make the pictures as now my face is coming. Yeah. So thank you for joining me. I really enjoyed the tour. It's beautiful weather. Come to Prague, enjoy it by yourself and see how it is. You know, PayPal is PragueByKaty, gmail.com. Buy me a coffee, PragueByKaty. The same. Follow me on Facebook, which is also PragueByKaty. And then you can join me on any other. Thanks. Thank you. And hopefully see you soon. I have another tour I plan next Thursday, so I hope I will be able. You know, the biggest problem with me is to write it down, to make the event, to put it on a calendar. So that's the biggest problem for me. Anyway, bye. Have a lovely day. See you soon. And switching off.